Radio.
Turn this down. You guys hang out there for a sec. Everybody just, you guys go ahead and stay right there. Hang out. There we go. We got this. Oh, yeah, buddy. Here we are. Woo! All right. Okay. There. Settle in for a sec. I don't know if it's called breaking the wall when it comes to just radio stuff that you're already kind of savvy to, but there we go. Let me load this here. I was actually rooting for some chaos. The reason that that ended abruptly. You had a Paulie stop right there. I was rooting for some chaos behind the fourth wall. The reason we're a little jumbled today is I was letting our good friend Jordan, he was recording something for the public show that he does, and I wasn't going to be the person that interrupted. I thought it would be rather funny if nobody kind of was watching, and it kind of just got out of hand, and all of a sudden the show started, and I wasn't in here. I know, it's one of those where intrusive thoughts. I shouldn't let them win. But again, also, when your boy Jordan is rolling, I'm not going to be the guy to come in and break it up. Dude was firing on all cylinders. You can catch that back. I think it's on Sundays. Is it on TK? No. Or it always was? I'm not really sure. Oh, everything's so different. All my things are over here. Oh, God, I got to load up this. And where's my other thing? Hello. Okay. ESPN Radio. 97.7 in 100.1. We're hanging out here on a Wednesday. Hello, Wednesday. How are you doing? And I don't mean the Addams Family thing. I've never seen any of that new stuff. Good amount of stuff to go over today. If you want to chat and talk about it, 315-437-7644. That is the telephone. If you guys want to talk about maybe some of you changed your tune with Q's Hoops, you can call in and add that to the discussion. We'll go over that in just a little bit here on a snowy Wednesday. Again, if you're out and about, especially in Syracuse, the roads have gotten crappy over the last couple hours, just snowing like wild. You go on some of the sites that tell you the weather, and it is not accurate. At least here, it's not just casual snow. You're not going to get more than half an inch. There's already an inch. Ask your moms. There's already at least an inch over the last couple hours in spots, and Syracuse is bad on the roads, a lot on the roads. So make sure that you are being careful running your errands and stuff this afternoon. As again, it says an advisory here, but I feel like we already have the ingredients for tacos, and we're making them. The problem is it's so damn cold, and then the salt don't work. So again, just be careful. Hopefully everyone got up to the Dome last night that was going, and you guys enjoyed yourselves and a nice victory. You can call up, like I said, and talk about it. 315-437-7644. We'll talk some NFL news, bunch of coaching stuff, way more coaching info and news than I thought I would be interested in, but there was a bunch that has come out the last couple of days we will talk about, and anything else you would like to talk about, also over on QSportsTalk.com. That is Twitch, and that is the website you can go to see this. Hi, I'm waving at you right now. I don't know who's in there because I haven't loaded anything up yet. I probably could. Wait a minute. Let me see. Well, first, let's officially get this S train on the road.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you, Ralph. All right. Let me Let me yell at you from over here so I don't trigger any silent alarms as I grab stuff to talk about because all my paperwork's over here. Oh, yeah, I did print that out. All right, that's good. I did print that. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. That's not what I wanted. What about this? That's not. Okay, there we go. Oh, man. Chaos is fun. It's a Wednesday. Why? That's enjoyable. Why wouldn't we have some fun on a Wednesday here on QSportsTalk.com on Twitch? And again, 97.7, 100.1, broadcasting from the Harding Mazzotti studio on a Wednesday. There was a lot more sports action yesterday than I thought there would be. Some big old plays in college basketball. By plays, I mean just like big dunks and stuff. Same for the NBA. We'll also talk maybe a little NBA today. We usually don't talk much NBA, but when there's something cool that's going on or that is going to happen or has happened, we'll at least talk about that because that's fun. You got to stay up to date and know where all of your next big SU basketball stars are going to go, right? Huh? Speaking of SU basketball, how about that's where we start? Huh? It's a good idea. As SU gets a big victory up in the Dome last night, 62-55. Syracuse shooting pretty good other than from three as they were 4 for 20 from three. Syracuse 420. Bastards, get out of here. But no, it really was a big victory for Syracuse to get that first conference win. Yellow Jackets are a decent team. They're a big team. So that I think bodes well to move forward against some of the bigger teams. Dikembe Mutombo's son, what did he do? Anything? 15 minutes. And 3 rebounds, 2 points. All right, I overhyped him quite a bit. I don't know if I did, though. Either way, Lance Terry for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets leading their point totals with 18. Any of your fans still here? Did you all leave town? Did you have fun last night in Syracuse? Georgia fans, huh? Georgia Tech with the weather. Another nice weather day for you that stuck around. We're like, I'll leave in the morning. We'll go back to Georgia in the morning. Have fun. It's just as crappy today. Leading the Orange in points was J.J. Starling, everybody's favorite. Chris Bell off the bench, 13. That might be a good spot for him. Run off the bench, come in, drop a couple buckets. You're good to go. Lucas Taylor with 10. Eddie Lampkin with 10. What do you have? 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. So that's pretty good for him. A double-double as he's picking things up. As, again, I think a lot of folks giving him a bad rap with the back injury. Maybe he'll turn things around here and hit up leg day and do some squats, get that back good to go, and then we're off and doing big two-hand power dunks like Shaq. In case you missed the game, we'll do some quick highlights here just to get you caught up. And as if you didn't have, what is it? It was on the was it on the ACC network or something? That way you can hear all the things we heard that was on ESPN, and then we'll hear a couple quotes from Red Autry that I will steal from Jordan and Q Sports Talk that he loaded into the shared producers album, and then I will use them. Here you go.
First round draft pick and played 4 years in the NBA.
I think it's like 7 to 8, 9 8. I don't know.
With his father on his mind as his father passed away this fall.
Well, this is another good sign for Syracuse. Bell, one of the better shooters.
I'm going to just cut off. ESPN's highlights do that a bunch. All of a sudden, they're just cut off. Edit your highlights better so I can steal them.
Step to get around McCollum. 8 unanswered Georgia Tech points for the Yellow Jackets' largest lead of the night. Starling answers and ties the ball game at 38.
So the largest lead obviously wasn't that big because Starling there ties the game with a 3.
Suarez over the left shoulder. Count the bucket and the foul.
Is going right back, well, to Lampkin. Again, the help is not there. Earlier, they were doubling that. It doesn't come. Lampkin sees it, goes in and one, and rocks the baby.
There was an actual baby on the court. He picked it up, rocked the baby, then dunked it. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Don't look that up.
Starling gets around him. Good help by Ndongo. Davis left alone. From the foul line, a big 15-footer for the 6'7" senior from Newark, Delaware.
That's a great read by Starling. Again, he doubled, didn't force it.
Terry over the closeout of Taylor for three. Remembers what it's like to knock down threes in this building.
And that right there, again, Lampkin, he's playing drop coverage.
Long rebound with Collum. And that will do it. Syracuse takes down Georgia Tech 62-55.
And they got that big victory that, like I said, they will need moving on. As of they've got a couple winnable games. Boston College next, which another team they should win. And hopefully that'll get a little fire under their asses. And they'll be doing a little better as they move into some of the harder games they have, you know, with the Louisvilles and Pitt and stuff. But maybe they'll be on a nice run, and then that Pitt game will end up being a real big game. All right, let's hear a little bit from Red as we check out what he had to say. Then we'll move on to some other games that were happening around the area last night by seeing here. Like I said, everyone that was actually up at the Dome last night hopefully got up there safe, but apparently everybody's very worried about the crowd being scarce on a Tuesday night when the students are gone. There's a freaking blizzard, but seriously, the props to everybody that went up there, though, because that probably had to be a little treacherous to get up to the Dome. Big thanks from Red, everybody that went up to the Dome last night.
I want to thank the fans that came out tonight. Meant a lot to this team to have people in the building. It's been a lot of noise in a tough period of time, and I just want to thank the fans that came out tonight for our team.
See, because he gets it. It was rough, man. That was not an enjoyable weather game to get up to. Even when it's not a blizzard and the wind isn't whipping and it's not snowing and it's not even super cold, that walk up to the Dome sucks. There's not many times at all that I've gone up to the Dome where I get up there and I'm like, that was an enjoyable walk. It's rough. So you add in that weather and everything. So that was cool. I didn't really think it was that scarce, but I mean, again, that Dome holds way more that most people are used to watching college basketball games. JJ Big, I know people like Stephen Fani think that the team would definitely have won several of their last games if he was there, and JJ just kind of proven his point last night, dropping 21. Audrey agrees, big time for JJ, says Red.
Yeah, JJ's big time. He's the best guard, one of the best guards in this league, and one of the best guards in college basketball. If you followed us, through the stretch without him and having him back now, I think you can see the difference and see how important he is. For us, it's hard to play when you don't have one of the best guards, not on your team, but in the country. He's a guy that can make a lot of things happen. He made big shots tonight. I thought he defended. I thought he rebounded. He's just, he did a lot. But for 2 games to be able to come back and play, 36 minutes, and take the shots at the end, that was big time.
And I'm glad he's back. I know that I'm going to be in the minority here because I'm not the biggest SU fan. In fact, we'll talk about my team in just a few minutes. I didn't really think he was out that long. When it first happened, it kind of felt like doomsday around here, a little Armageddon action, as I was like, oh boy, he's out will he be back in time for March Madness if they make the tournament? But no, they weathered the storm. You got to liken it to a team that loses a star player, which they did, like a quarterback in the NFL or whatever. And you're like, all right, let's just, keep our ground here. We'll tread water till our star gets back. Syracuse would probably like to win a couple more of those games while he was out. But maybe that was a nice turnaround for a lot of the players, including people like Eddie Lampkin, who had a very typical, if not a little above average, Eddie day, 10 and 12. And he was big on defense, which I agree with Red. That helped them out big time.
In particular, Eddie Lampkin made some really good defensive plays. I think he had, 2 blocks almost to his whole total last year, but I thought he was active. Everybody that came in did a really good job, but, I was just proud of our toughness. We didn't shoot the ball well, but we just kind of, found a way to gut it out.
And it's good that these guys are turning it around. And I said when we got going here. Chris Bell coming off the bench, and I think that might be a good spot for him, and that helps a lot of players. You just saw in the NBA, Bradley Beal of the Suns coming off the bench, dropping 25. New roles help guys kind of reestablish either a fire under their ass, of like, oh, you put me on the bench, or it helps them be like, oh, a new role here. Let me help the team out in a different way. So maybe with JJ back, that is helping Chris Bell play better, and it'll continue to do so.
It's not a coincidence that, we get JJ back and he plays well, we win. Chris Bell is a big part of what we do. Thought our guys did a good job of screening for him today, getting him loose, even though he didn't get a cut. He got more 3 attempts than he's had in the last couple of games, but being able to get him loose, and he put the ball on the floor and got to the rim, that was big for us. He made a big basket at the end off a little pin down, getting into the basket. But Chris is important for us. We need all hands on deck, but he's a guy that's returned. He's everybody knows he can shoot the ball, and he can round out his game, but we need him to score for this team to be successor.
And that's good. I'm glad Chris Bell turned it around because he was getting a lot of heat here in Syracuse, man. A lot of heat, which rightfully so. When you're a star and then you struggle, you're going to get a little criticism, but it's good to see him turning around. He's one of the only few current SU players I've met. He came here to Galaxy. Listen, his struggles are not, or his past struggles were not my fault. When Chris Bell was here, I asked him if he wanted me to give him a tutorial about living above the rim as I do. Shockingly, he turned it down. I don't quite understand why, but it was weird. He was like, I'm good. I was like, I can teach you how to live above the rim, Mr. Bell. But, very weird. But so you can't blame me. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Also, last night, as we move on through the college basketball world, you had a couple other pretty awesome games in the hoops sphere. I had a whole thing I was going to say there. I forgot. It was like a fun little play on words. I don't matter. Either way, another number 2, Auburn and Texas. Number 2, Auburn holds on. Texas starting to come back under Arthur Kaluma, dropping 34, but Texas does not win. I wanted to make sure I brought that up because ask Mr. James Arthur Boeheim what the best name or middle name is in the world, and I think him and I both agree, Arthur, top notch. But number 2, Auburn winning, as did number 8, Florida. Number 8, Florida taking on number 1, Tennessee. Number 8, Florida had a rough game against Kentucky that they ended up just walloping the Wildcats over the weekend, Florida. And then they came right out with this one and really just didn't relent from the start. Florida destroys Tennessee 73-43.
Here's Florida. It's Tennessee. And it's not going great for the number 1 team in America. Tennessee, the last undefeated D1 team for the first time since 1915-16. Well, that was Elijah Martin, Will Richard. It's 18-6. It's 30-15.
And that's really all you need. It doesn't get much closer. I know, crazy, 20 seconds. But, it got out of hand real fast as Florida destroys Tennessee. And that's the biggest margin of victory for a team over a number 1 team in a long time, since UCLA did it back in like the 60s. Speaking of UCLA, they get whooped taking on Michigan last night, and they get whopped 94-75. I'm a big UCLA fan, but I agree with Mick Cronin after the game. They played soft. They look real good this year, but when it comes to big games, they play soft. And I'll say that because I don't have to face them, but Mick Cronin says it, and he's going to walk right back in the locker room, face his team that he just called soft, bro. Yikes.
Obviously, they shot the ball well. But we don't play. We're soft. We're too soft to play hard enough. Even in the crucials, you can't get an offensive rebound. It's like a 5-point game, and Kobe Johnson just has a guy take the ball from him. Same thing with Sebastian Mack. Okay, we finally do get a stop. Can't get a defensive rebound.
It's Cody Mack, but thank you.
Because they didn't miss that many shots. But there was a few. In particular, Kobe, Sebastian, huge, back-breaking. And you got inside position. So don't tell me you want to win. Just don't tell me you want to win. You won't start the game. Tyler Bilodeau gave up 12 points. 2 screens, he didn't say a word, 3s, and then he got dunked on 3 times.
Oof. And he's a big old boy.
So don't tell me you want to win.
Yikes. Calling his team soft, his center, who is a good prospect, real good player, though, but calling them all soft. Yikes. So there's your college basketball for the night. Syracuse, big victory. Next up, Boston College, where they will need to continue to have me say that after with a big victory. Come back and we talk a little more hoops because there's a pretty cool game that's going to go down tonight in the NBA.
Syracuse basketball head coach Adrian Autry joins Orange Nation every Thursday at 1. Brought to you by Burdick Ford.
What up, Q Sports Talk people? What you guys doing? Yeah, let's do that one. Why not? Gavendo cereal milk. Gavendo knows all about that cereal milk, bro. Damn right. Oh, you know what? Why don't I? I should do that. Hold on here. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't my water. Oh. Oh, it's Paulie's favorite commercial with the little yodeler guy. Gavendo, we can take the Hoover every time he's defense. I like it. I don't care. You can criticize all you want. Doesn't bother me. I think it's funny. Making meat sauce for hot dogs. Well, there you go, Jimmy from the Valley. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like a damn good thing to be doing in the snow. Hanging out, washing the snow, making hot dog meat sauce, bro. Pfft. Fucking right, you're making meat sauce for hot dogs. I'm going to start saying that before I do relations to a lady. Some poor lady. I'm going to walk in. She'll have her clothing removed as per my request. I'm going to be like, time to make some meat sauce for the hot dog. And then she will promptly put her clothes back on and leave. And there'll be no relations. Or all the relations.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack. Welcome annihilation!
Oh. Do I sound like him? Oh. No? Come on now. Yeah. Yes. No, not at all. Sports Show, Cody Mack. This guy, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Hopefully you're out there driving safe in a very snowy Syracuse on a Wednesday where it is chilly out there. Although it's hot in this room as per usual. Though it's chilling down a little bit. It's chilling down out there. 20s and snows. Like I said, make sure you're safe driving around if it's snowy. Those roads not looking too good in some sections. On a fun Wednesday, 315-437-7644. Those are the telephone numbers. Sounds like this. When you pick up your phone first. And then if you dial numbers, it'll be like boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. And then someone out there will answer, and then we can have a little chat if you want. Or over on QSportsTalk.com. That's our Twitch. I don't think I acknowledged anybody over there, and I have to acknowledge you guys. Jimmy from the Valley. Jimmy, we're here. We're making meat sauce for the hot dog right here with you, Jim. We're hanging out. Matt from Auburn, my mom. Syracuse is in there. Swifty, Team Murph. We're all hanging out. Telemachus. We're having a good time. Appreciate you guys hanging out over on our Twitch chat. What does this mean? One away from a 3-stream streak. I've peed 3 times today. Is it a Twitch thing? I don't know. I don't know what that means. We'll find out after I watch another stream, I guess. We'll see. Okay, here we go. As I went a little bit long on that first one talking Q Sports, but you guys don't care because you guys love Q Sports. We can continue to talk anything you want, like I said, on the telephone. But some more fun stuff tonight, amongst other college basketball games, is a rather large NBA game. We'll just talk a couple minutes NBA, as it's been pretty good the last couple days, as last night you had the Hawks Jazz game end like this, where you thought you were headed into overtime, but then you forgot that you had Trae Young on the Hawks, the man with possibly the worst hair I have ever seen, but one of the best deep threes I've ever seen, if you get where I'm going here with how this game is about to end.
Utah starts the movement. Collier. It's deflected by Daniels. Sexton for the tie.
Jazz tied the game.
Hawks don't have a timeout. Trae.
Gonna go to overtime, right?
To win it. Yes! He hit it! Trae Young hits a three. The buzzer.
Trae Young.
Atlanta wins the game.
Trae Young gathers himself and says, "Good night, Utah. We are out of here. Thanks for coming out. God bless."
Woo! He says, as the announcer says. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get some awesome action like that, as you've got the Cavs and the Thunder. I know it's a weird game to be talking about, but the Thunder are 30-5 and on a 10-game win streak, and the Cavs 31-4, started the season off undefeated, all crazy, and also on their own giant win streak. This game should be really fun tonight if you want to watch. It's on ESPN, 7 o'clock. And then later on, you have a game at 9:30 where Wemby takes on Giannis. So a big night for NBA games, but I think this Cavs Thunder game could prove to be an exciting chance to see what you could see in the playoffs, or who knows, maybe the NBA Finals. Wouldn't that be a weird NBA Finals? The Zombie Sonics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers minus LeBron James. But the Cavs still have Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Williams on the Thunder has been playing really well. Although the Thunder are going to be without Chet Holmgren, that really tall, skinny kid that's supposed to ball like the wind. That's the problem with some of these tall guys. That's why I like being nice and short. I rarely get injured, but he won't be there. He's been out for a while. But again, this should be a really good game. I don't know if you're going to see another NBA game where a team is 30-5 versus a team that's 31-4. Cavs right now minus 2.5. The over-under 126.5. They're saying that game is going to be like 112 to 114 or something, 115. That is a fun game to watch. So again, 7 o'clock ESPN. Then, like I said, 9:30 which I'd like to watch, but it's going to end up being past my bedtime. The Spurs and the Bucks go at it. That'll be fun to watch. Victor Wembanyama, he's like 7'10", and Giannis Antetokounmpo also like 7'10". A couple of the best basketball players in the world, all on display tonight with the Shooty Hoops. How about we come back and talk another sport with the ball, but a different shaped one? We'll do some football when we come back on the Sports Show, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. What are you guys doing over on Q Sports Talk? Two 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 two. Oh, there you go. That's a good way to connect that. Jimmy from the Bay. We're making meat sauce for your hot dogs, dude. What? Oh, don't crash.
I ain't scared of nobody. I'm not. I want it.
Oh, nice. Jimmy found him down there? Jeez. Appreciate that, Jimmy. Yeah, guys. Jimmy makes some good jerky, guys. You're nice. You never know. He might sell it to you. I don't know. You never know.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special report.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? Think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
We're back. Second half of the Sports Show with me, Mama's baby boy, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1, broadcasting from the Harding Mazzotti studio. My name is Cody Mack. Your name is insert here. No. You're not Ink's model. Really, insert here. But I don't know your name. I'd love to. I know I'm getting to know a lot of you guys over at QSportsTalk.com. That is this channel's Twitch channel. You go over there and you can see us and we can interact and we have a good time and it's a blast. We have fun. Look, we're over there. We're talking about Jimmy from the Valley's meat sauce for his hot dogs and special jerky flavors. Special jerky flavors for me. Yeah, boy. But speaking of special things, make sure you guys are checking out the Wildcat Sports Pub at CNY Brewfest. Speaking of special things, like I said, there is a VIP party on January 31st, kind of kick it all off on Friday night with the exclusive hard-to-find beers. There's only like 300 spots for that, and I'm pretty sure it's probably filling up pretty quick. So you're going to want to get over to the website and get tickets very much ASAP for that as the website, cnybrewfest.com. And there's actually a ton of stuff going on there. There's the hard cider and seltzer row because I like when they mush up apples into a juice and then make them into alcohol. So I'll be hitting that up. There'll be a fun cover band there playing lots of fun live music because when you're drinking beers, you like to have live music. There'll also be, like we were talking about, vendors that selling jerky, and then pretzels, popcorn, cheese, barbecue sauce, more. Ooh, and that says cheese. Did they mean the cheese-filled company where they put like pepperoni and then they put the cheese in it? Oh, boy. While supplies last, golden tickets available at Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus and on Now and Later. It's probably the new location, I would imagine, right? The golden tickets, you can get into any session if you go on the website. You're like, what the hell's a golden ticket? That'll get you into any of the sessions on Saturday in the early one or the late one. So come on out. Wildcat Sports Pub, CNY Brewfest, end of this month, because we're running through January pretty fast here, guys. Oh, Khalid-Dokali, as we move on back into the sports world, I drool on myself just a little bit. A lot of coaching stuff coming out in the last couple days here, but I thought this was kind of funny. You might have heard this earlier, but Travis Kelce is not having any of the talk that the Chiefs threw the game on Sunday against the Broncos to kick the Bengals out of the playoffs, because a lot of people are saying that the Chiefs are scared of the Bengals because the Bengals always have their number. Jason Kelce, brother, former Eagles center, he's got his podcast, New Heights, and he asked him about that, and Travis Kelce gives this response to whether or not the Chiefs threw the game and are scared of the Bengals.
I ain't scared of nobody. I'm not.
Sir, this is a show for families. No, it is not. It's absolutely. Oh my God, if your kids are, don't. We talk about wieners sometimes. But again, sorry, they throwing F-bombs around. They ain't scared of nobody.
I ain't scared of nobody. I'm not alleging this.
I wanted them in the playoffs.
I'm not alleging this.
I want to slay every dragon one by one, like Mortal Kombat. I don't even want this to be like we play the lowest seed. Just give me the best teams. I'll play them at the Walmart parking lot. I don't give a shit. We can have our own game in the offseason.
Oh, my goodness. What is this? The Cayenne Anthony announcement party? There's F-bombs. There's bleeps. Luckily, I don't have to work the dump button like poor Mr. Brian Higgins. Who? This time is rapidly approaching. 3-5 Brian Higgins up at the top of the hour. Make sure you guys are hanging out. Get all your post-SU game coverage as they whooped Georgia Tech last night. For any Georgia Tech fans still here in Syracuse in the area, get out! But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny that he says that. Yeah, I wanna slay all the dragons one by one. It's not like Mortal Kombat style. There's no dragons in Mortal Kombat. you go against the characters, and then you advance up to each harder character, and there's maybe someone that looks like kind of like a dragon, like Reptile, but he's not a dragon. It's not a dragon. God, Dragon D's what? No, good God, can't say that. All right, how do we move on here? Hold on. There we go, professional. All right, losing my voice on a Wednesday. Okay, like I was saying, there's been a lot of coaching stuff going on here in the NFL the last couple of days, as guys are in, guys are out, guys might be somewhere else that are maybe just signed there, are going to go somewhere else. What? But a coach that is sticking around that Giants fans will be happy with, I at least think. Who's calling me on telephone? Get out of here! I'm doing the sports show on ESPN Radio 97. Answer it now. I'm doing the sports show at ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. If you want to call in, you call 315-437-7644, or you go over to QSportsTalk.com. That's our Twitch channel if you want to talk to me. Thank you very much. Don't do that, folks. Don't answer your phone. It said spam, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. What are we doing? What just happened? Oh, yes. Giants fans, I am in agreement with this move. Local fans, you may remember Brian Daboll, right? Buffalo Bills, when then kind of went to the Giants, got stuck with Daniel Jones, and now he is not saddled with Daniel Jones. So I am in favor of him sticking around and seeing what happens. I don't want the Giants to be good as a Cowboys fan, but you pair up Malik Neighbors with like a Travis Hunter if he falls. Oh, I don't want. And you have Jameis Winston throwing to him. Oh, my God.
How about the Giants keeping Brian Daboll and Joe Shane? Again, this is for those who have not been following it. There are people flying planes over their games, begging them not to, wearing bags over their heads. This will not be popular as I walk the streets of New York today. What is your reaction to it?
I kind of had a reaction the same as we talked, before the show, talked about Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay, not a popular decision. Maybe it's not a popular decision with some of the fan base and keeping those guys. But, to have conviction behind your decision, I can appreciate that. But let me speak a little deeper about the Giants.
Oh.
When I watch the Giants,
getting deep.
They have no identity. And what I mean by that is, when you think of the New York Football Giants, what do you think of?
Eli Manning.
You think of defense. Oh. You think of guys who can capture the line of scrimmage, playing tough, hard-nosed football. When was the last time we ever seen the Giants play anything remotely close to that?
Callbacks.
That's what. If I'm listen, if I'm John Mara and Mr. Tisch, that's got to be the mandate moving forward. We got to get back to playing New York Giant football with that identity.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck. I think their identity is probably they're going to have a decent offense if you can add a couple of those pieces, right? I mean, but that's good. I think they'll do good or not, and then we'll all be very curious as to why did they keep him around? What is going on? That is absolutely crazy. Another thing that is absolutely crazy is, let me play this here because this is wild in itself. Even if the request for this got denied, we haven't talked crazy-ass Cowboys news in a little bit.
You would be shocked at how much respect Mike McCarthy has in this league.
Yeah.
And how many people think he's a really good head coach.
Totally.
And how he sets the temperature of a locker room. Now, I didn't know that much about Mike McCarthy. Like, I really didn't. I knew he was in Green Bay. They had a lot of success when I was in Dallas and all of that. The really good team. Obviously, Aaron was there. But I didn't know much about, like, how the league. And they both can tell you, and Mina knows this because she talks to a lot of people as well. It's really about how your peers talk about you. It's really about how guys in the coaching profession, general managers, players that play for you, that's the biggest kind of kudos to what you've been able to do. And I know this living in Dallas. Them dudes like Mike McCarthy a lot. There's a high level of respect for him in that locker room. I'll be interested to see what happens.
They denied the Bears' request to talk to Mike McCarthy as the Bears asked. But Mike McCarthy is still under a window of negotiation BS stuff, and he's technically not the Cowboys coach after like the 13th, but this just means that the Cowboys are going to extend him. It's absolutely Mike McCarthy's they're going to be like, I gave Mike a 2-year deal. I didn't think this year was a fair assessment of his skills. I didn't think it was fair of his coaching ability, what he can do. So they'll have this year. They'll probably sign him to a 2-year with the team option after this year once he screws up again. And then if he wants, maybe they'll just say no because you have to wait until he's not officially the Dallas coach, and then you can talk to him. But, I mean, this Bears coaching search is crazy. They asked to talk to Pete Carroll. They're asking to talk to Mike McCarthy. They're desperate for this to work because this team needs this to work more than almost anybody because, man, they put a lot of stock into this Caleb Williams thing. Remember when he was like, I need to be given a ownership stake in whatever team I'm drafted to. Remember that, Caleb Williams on the Bears? Coaching search with them has gone crazy.
Feels like they are trying to do this in a way where they can't get criticized. And it's a fine line between casting a wide net and having an aimless coaching search, right? You have to have an archetype that you're looking for. There has to be a particular criteria. Now, I understand that you want to get as much information as you can on all of these people that are out there throughout the coaching world, just so you can have information if you have to end up coaching against one of these people.
Yeah.
But I guess my whole point is for the Chicago Bears, it should feel a lot more structured than it already is, right? We don't know whether it's Ryan Poles or Kevin Warren pulling the strings when it comes to who's making this hire.
And you suggested yesterday Pete Carroll being involved in that part.
I mean, Ryan Poles doesn't even want to tell us whether or not he got a contract extension. Yeah. Like, I'm assuming that the coaching candidates that are rolling through there are going to ask, but wouldn't you want it out there that you do have job security so the coach that you're interested in hiring knows that this guy is going to be around for the foreseeable future? The guy that actually hires me is still going to be there a year from now?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense, a lot of the things that they're doing. It feels like it's all about the perception, all about the optics, and less about trying to make sure you get the very best football coach that you can find.
Yeah. It's also, they probably got to wait till the year is over. But, I mean, if you want the guys that you want and they're ready and they're out there, go get them. But, you know, if you want like a Ben Johnson from the Lions, you're going to probably be waiting a little bit. Who I'm kind of hoping the Cowboys are going to go after. I don't know, man. But Q Sports Talk, they were saying, Gavendo, he's a Bears fan. They want Fran. I think Fran's the perfect college coach. I think he's a good recruiter. Let's keep Fran right here, huh? And also, Kev from Liverpool, Bill Belichick going to the Raiders. I have that clip on here. Maybe we'll get to it, maybe not. But I did see that today that Bill Belichick's buyout is not expensive if he leaves and goes to the Raiders, whose ownership involves a Mr. Tom Brady, who is going to be involved in finding the next coach. So, I mean, that would be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane. If Bill Belichick goes there, like we all said he would. We said it here when we talked about it on this show that I thought he was going to go there. I didn't think he was going to go there. Then if he did, this was some type of publicity stunt to either get more eyes on him or something, and he was going to leave. And I think he might end up going to the Raiders, which, I mean, good luck with who do they have? Who do they have on offense? Amir Abdullah, is that his name? Brock Bowers. They have a couple tight ends. Just like your mothers. It's 10. I thought it was only $1 million if he leaves before this year even starts, or if it's a year or whatever. Happy New Year. Oh, did they? Oh, I thought it was cheaper this morning. I was watching McAfee, and I thought they were talking about, I thought it was cheaper. Even 10 for a college isn't crazy, you know? Boop, 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 boop. Yes. 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 He looks exactly like Farva. Just a little skinnier, but yep. He doesn't want a liter cola. Oh, we got a lot of extra stuff we can do tomorrow. Well, how much time, though? Let's see. 1, 2 minutes, and then it'll be 50, and I'll have like 2 minutes. Jeez, wow. Yeah, screw it. We'll do other stuff tomorrow. We got time. That's what I'm saying, Kev. Yeah, Tom can be like, what? It's 10? All right, 1 sec. Let me look for 10 mil. And then he just gives him 10. Oh, basketball? What it like? Is it there's like a good size one. It's in there. Yes. He's got a ball, yo. He lives above the rim. Like, lives above the rim, bro. What are you going to do? That's how he rolls. I can use all this stuff tomorrow. I still didn't use all of my whatnot. Good for me. I'm fancy. It's fucking fancy. Yeah, right? It's not even a little tiny piece of the salary they're paying. Here, let me see. I wanted to check that, though. Here, on. Okay, Google. How much is Bill Belichick's buyout at North Carolina? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 10. If he leaves prior to June. Yeah, 10 ain't nothing. Oh, that's a weird way for that commercial to just end. Get that phone all up in my pocket.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Hey, all right. We're here hanging out. Had a fun show today, huh? Did some NFL stuff. We'll have more NFL coaching info tomorrow. We'll also talk some NFL playoffs eventually as that starts this weekend. Also tomorrow, though, we're going to go ahead and do a little college football action chatting, if you will, because the first of the semifinals is tomorrow, which I hope is a good game. Notre Dame and Penn State will do all that stuff tomorrow. And anybody in the break, if you're over on QSportsTalk.com, I apologize for setting off your Google phone. I'm known to do that. I won't set off the other things because I think that's hilarious that I could just yell it and all of your phones will look up information if I want them to. But I won't. I promise that I will not do that. Before we get out of here, I thought this was rather funny from Monday Night Raw. We were talking yesterday. Post Monday Night Raw, they do like post-show stuff. This is Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns after Monday Night Raw last Monday night's debut on Netflix.
I'll close this out.
I'm a kind tribal chief, please.
Appreciate you, tribal chief, and my wise man, Adrian Hernandez of Unlikely. Paul Heyman, a lot of people are watching wrestling maybe for the first time or since the Attitude Era. If you could let some of those fans that are watching right now what to expect from Roman Reigns in 2025.
Well, it's really not what they should expect from Roman Reigns, is what Roman Reigns and the wise man should expect from all of them, which is their support and the fact that now we are on a platform that can just simply not be denied on a domestic nor global basis. There is no excuse anymore for Roman Reigns not to be nominated for and win an Emmy this coming year. It has to happen. I am so sick of it now that the entire television industry has come out of COVID, and Roman Reigns did not miss a single week of television when every other production was shut down. Took this company from the COVID era to where it is, to a multi-billion dollar, to a merger, to now that we're on Netflix. There is no more excuse. Roman Reigns deserves an Emmy. And, I'll throw myself into that, too. The Wise Man deserves an Emmy, too. And while we're at it, Paul Levesque deserves an Emmy. WWE deserves an Emmy. But it all starts with the acknowledgement of who is the most captivating, who is the most riveting, who is the most compelling character on television today.
Me, Cody Mack, in the sports show on ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Duh, Paul Heyman. What are you, crazy, bud? Wouldn't that be weird if WWE starts winning Emmys like that? Oh, boy. All right. All of your Cuse Georgia Tech post-game info will be coming up in just a few minutes. The 315 with Brian Higgins. This was the Sports Show with Cody Mack. I will see you guys tomorrow where we will do all sorts of just chatting around. Well, sports around, if you will. ESPN Radio 97.7.